Hi there, this is Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not believe in astrology but like it nevertheless. And this is the forecast for Gemini people for 2025. So, Gemini people will not be bored this year, but let me elaborate on that. The most important thing is that you are starting the year with the planet Jupiter in your sign. Jupiter has been there since the middle of 2024. So you had a start on this, but you still have something like half a year to enjoy its influence. Jupiter is the bringer of luck. It really wants you to succeed, wants to invest in you, and what it can invest is opportunities, luck, bringing you together with influential people, giving you success, but Jupiter has a very bad vision, bad eyesight. So in order for Jupiter to notice you, you have to be big, you have to play big, you have to be noticeable, be loud, be ambitious. You have to behave as if you had all the luck in the world on your side. And then the Jupiter notices you, then you have the luck. Allow yourself to take up more space, make yourself more visible, allow yourself to try out something new, especially if it's something that you couldn't allow yourself to do previously for whatever reason. This is especially important for June, Geminis. Be more, and you will be given more. In July, once Jupiter is safely tucked in the next sign of Cancer, another planet, Uranus, is entering Gemini. You can say Uranus. I know a lot of astrologers who say Uranus. For some reason, I started saying Uranus and I cannot switch. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but the more I say it, the less I can switch, I feel like. So I will be saying Uranus. So Uranus is like an image of our authentic, individualized future that belongs to us and that is waiting for us if only we could follow our own individual path. And if Uranus is interacting with your sun, and this will happen to Gemini people born before the 26th, 27th of May. So if Uranus is interacting with your sun, it is as if your unconsciousness is shown a picture of this authentic future that you are going to have. And your unconscious mind, that is also responsible for providing you with energy and motivation, learns which things do not belong to your authentic future. And if it knows that something does not belong to your authentic future and will not be there, it will refuse to give you energy to do it. So in practical terms, what it looks like is that there are things that you could do, not the most exciting things in the world, but at least you had no real problems doing them. And then suddenly they become so dull and so lifeless and so boring that you cannot bring yourself to do them anymore. That is how Uranus influence feels like. And it's not for lack of discipline. Actually, in this scenario, discipline sometimes can hurt. So in some cases, when people were extremely disciplined and they were fighting those signals and they tried to make themselves do the thing that is suddenly seemed boring and dull, the circumstances had to intervene and had to make doing this thing impossible. And when that happens, it's not always something that we are actually happy to experience. So in 2025, this Uranus influence is mostly only relevant for the very early Gemini people. So those born before the 26th or 7th of May. If this is you, and especially if this is not you, do not try to actively, preemptively cancel out every boring thing in your life. Uranus is unpredictable. And more often than not, it turns out that it actually wants to do something else than what we could have guessed it would do. So don't rush it, but be sensitive to this terrible feeling that I cannot do this anymore. It's sucking the life out of me. So when that happens, it's likely that it will be something you did not expect to give you that feeling, but listen to it. Late Gemini, so those born in the middle of June, I would say, will have to deal with Saturn influence. Saturn will be squaring your sun, and Saturn influence is harsh and heavy. Saturn wants you to do the hard thing, whatever your hard thing is. And so if you are a late Gemini, yes, believe in yourself. Yes, allow yourself to do different things. You know how I told you about it when I was talking about Jupiter influence. But also, yeah, do the hard thing. You most probably know already what your hard thing is. If you know, yeah, you have to do it. It's not actually as hard as the hard things of some other signs. So do not feel like a total complete victim here. But yes, something hard has to be done, and you will be better for it, and you will be respecting yourself more for it, and other people will respect you more for it. It may have something to do with your official documented status, so like professional, academic, family, migrational status, but not necessarily. It may be your business, it may be your whatever you do in your more or less official role, whatever you are known for. Or it may also be some deficit in your official status or some pressure from the authorities that will be keeping you from getting what you want. Whatever it is, it will be gone during the summer months when Saturn will be in Aries. And then in the first months of 2026, it will leave you for good. So there's actually a deadline on doing this hard thing. And it is 2025 and maybe the first 2 months of 2026. The new moon on the 27th of May is a cute and well-supported one, and Jupiter will still be in your sign. So this is mostly like a feel-good, fresh start for Gemini people born at the end of May or maybe beginning of June. Taken together, this really is a year of a very fresh start for the early Gemini people, and a year to integrate big ambition and big responsibility for the late Gemini people. Have a good 2025, Geminis.